Good morning. My name is Vince Tolson. I'm a retired member of the Metropolitan Police Department and co-chair of the law enforcement group called Reflections in Blue. And today, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize John as a member of law enforcement, but also as a true pioneer.
Yes, sir.
I've listened to a few speakers this morning, and I heard the word true twice. I heard the word integrated once. John's legacy and body of work made a tremendous difference, not only in law enforcement, but in Washington, D.C. Now I need you to follow me. I will only be a couple of minutes, but follow me. Legacy, body of work. John became a member of the Metropolitan Police Department in 1951. Some of us were probably in grade school, and some of us weren't born.
Right.
All right.
I am a native Washingtonian, and I can tell you now that his black leadership paved the way for not only black officers, but for black people in general.
Yes, sir.
And you have to follow me, because if you've been in this area for more than 70 years, 70, then you can understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
When John was walking a beat, he wasn't allowed to go in the front door of the people that he was protecting.
Lord have mercy.
And if the establishment was robbed, he would respond, place his life on the line, and try to apprehend and protect. But after his act of bravery, he would have to go to the side door to place an order. Now, I was a kid living in Southwest, and somebody may remember, but there was a seafood restaurant on the wharf called Ben and Bartley or something like that, but they sold seafood. And I remember I used to go there with my dad, and we had to go to the side door to get our order. And I'm simply saying that John was a true pioneer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
His appearance, I worked with John from 72, and John retired in 77. But he left his mark. His appearance was always squared away, naturally. He was a training officer, and he trained young officers. And I think Patricia shared some moments with an officer, Randolph, who John trained, just one of many. John also earned and commanded respect.
Yes.
It's difficult to see a brother and a member transition, but that's a journey that we all have to take.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
And when we take that journey, we are basically defined by who we are, and not so much what we did. And what I mean by that simply is his body of work and the respect that people have for John is self-evident.
Yes. Yes.
And in closing, I'd just like to share a few things. You know, police officers are regular people. We have been tasked with a difficult job. And we, as officers of color, have a task that's twice as burdensome officer of non-color, in that when John was policing, he serviced his community. Very seldom did he service the Caucasian community. And then that changed, and it made things better, but the struggle still continues.
Yes, sir.
The struggle still continues. And lastly, John, when he trained rookies, they would always have to walk one step behind him, never in front of him. And that was the way John trained rookies. We had, I guess you could say, a policy, a procedure, wherein we had to check the banks. We had to check banks every hour on the hour. And every time we went into a bank, we would walk in, stop, survey to make certain that there wasn't any activity that needed immediate police action.
Yeah.
Then we would go to a book and sign our names. Then we would leave and continue walking our beat. And John had a uniqueness where he never went to a bank at the exact same time every day. He always changed his pattern. And lastly, I said police are quirky. I don't know if John ever used these terms, but choir practice. Policemen, we had choir practice. What was choir practice? It's when a group of police officers indulged in libation, for lack of a better word. But we called it choir practice.
Well,
The other thing we had was a church key, which everybody knows is a opener for a can or a bottle. But one of the things that we hold closely, and this is not morbid, it's just who we are. And that is, every time we attend the service of a fellow officer, we try to wear the badge with the blue thin line as a sign of respect. And lastly, those of us who believe, every time we attend a homegoing service for a fellow member, we refer to it as a dress rehearsal.
Yes.
And simply put, it's a journey that we're all going to take. We have to prepare.
One day.
And in some cases, we have to walk in John's footsteps and make this a better world, which he did. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you.